when Gmail started in 2004, little did we know that it's going to become a holy grail and an epicenter of all of our workflow. Today I'm going to tell you how you can completely sort out your Gmail game so all the things that you need become easy to locate. So let's begin. My first tip is going to be your biggest takeaway from this video. So listen up. We all know that decluttering and keeping your environment as neat and clean as possible will ensure that you have maximum productivity in your workplace. So all thanks to the lockdown, our virtual space has now become our actual workspace. So your email account has become like your workspace and your work table. It is as important as your work table and your workspace around you. Considering that we all have been working from home and have been under lockdown for most part of 2020, our workspace has now become virtual. Our work desks have become digital. So it's very important for you to clean up that very digital space and declutter things as much as you can. This way you can only focus on things that matter, that needs your attention. See, the thing is you have only 15 GB of data and that includes Google Drive and Google Photos as well. So how much can you push into that limited space, right? So you need to declutter things that you don't need. You need to delete the mails that you don't require. Now you might tell me, Nandita, my inbox is 90% full and it's like too overwhelming to sit and delete each thing. What am I going to do? It's just years and months of so much clutter. You know, in fact, I know someone who changed her email account only because she was so lazy to sit and delete all the mails. Her inbox became so full that she could not receive any new mails. So I understand that decluttering, any kind of decluttering, be it real or virtual, is a little overwhelming. But you have to start somewhere. See, already you have only 15 GB of data, which includes both Google Drive and Google Photos. So how much can you push into that little space? So the first thing you have to do is to delete all the mails that you don't need. This is where I can help you, because I have some really nice tips that will help you delete all that promotional and advertising mail all at one go. So for example, you are receiving a lot of spam mail from Myntra. In the search box above, you will type Myntra. At the end of the mail, you will find a unsubscribe button. Click on that. An email to this company will automatically get generated from your account stating that you want to unsubscribe. Sometimes it will take you to a new page and ask you why you want to unsubscribe. Do the needful and now come back to your home ground. After you unsubscribe from Myntra, click delete all. Now randomly type any company from which you shop, example Swiggy, and follow the same steps. Unsubscribe to their mail. Click on delete all. So check the number of pages here on top and delete away to glory. Through this method, you can delete all of that bulk mail which has been clogging up your digital space. Just a quick tip, don't end up deleting all these invoices, otherwise returning the goods that you don't need will become difficult. So you can keep invoices and return request mails as you'll be using them for future reference. For some of you, this might turn into several pages, but that's okay. And now while you do that, think of all the garbage that you've been holding on to for so long. You are literally throwing it in the trash. You are getting rid of all the things that you don't need, and those very spam mails represent all the things that you don't need. Click on the delete button and say a final goodbye to all of those things that has been holding you back all these years. So what you have to do now is type IN:sent and space and then type unsubscribe. Now type this in your search box. All the mails that have been automatically sent to the companies on your behalf saying that you want to unsubscribe to their newsletter or their mails will be right in front of you when you type this thing. Now click delete all. Now go to the trash folder and click on empty trash folder. That's it. You will feel 2 kgs lighter, like a weight has been lifted off you. I know I'm being a little dramatic, but the fact is all these little things do have a psychological effect on you, on all of us. Small things become big things in the future. You just thought, okay, one spam mail, what difference is it going to make? And now look at your Gmail. It's absolutely full. It's bursting at the seams. So now it's your responsibility to get rid of all that clutter. Go to your spam folder and delete everything. Whenever you delete something from the spam folder, it gets deleted forever. So it's just one click and it's all taken care of. If a mail has ended up in your spam folder, it's mostly because either it's a promotional mail or it's a sign up for this petition type of a mail. Without thinking twice, you can just delete it. While signing petitions for good causes is important, if you don't need it, please go ahead and delete it. You don't have to feel guilty about it. Now suppose there are mails from one single email ID, say your ex's email ID, or mails from that nasty boss who sends you all these mean emails. or used to send you. Why do you want to hold on to all of that? I know people who hold on to like 100 photos of their ex. What's the point really? I understand that there is a sentiment attached to photographs and things like that, but don't become a digital hoarder. Especially when you don't want to associate yourself with that person in the future. Now, where are you going to bump into your boss next? Probably in their LinkedIn profile, but otherwise you're never going to meet them, right? And you're never going to meet that awful ex of yours. Then just go ahead and delete all that crap. Maybe you can keep 1 or 2 photos just for memorabilia. That's it. I might sound very practical in this video, although I'm actually quite emotional. But now that's the right thing to do. So that's what we should go ahead and do. Now coming back, search for the email ID in the search box. And for God's sake, don't sit and read all those nasty mails. It'll just bring back all those bad memories and you may not even be over it yet. And it'll just trigger all of that unnecessary emotion. Just click select all and just delete it. Deleting all those mails from that particular person, whoever that person is, would symbolically mean that you are trying to get over this incident, or at least you're trying. By letting go of these digital footprints, you are trying to get over this entire incident and you're taking a first step towards that. And I'm really proud of you for doing that. Done? Have you deleted a lot of stuff? I hope you're deleting all these faltu mails while having my video simultaneously in the background. If you're using Firefox, then you can use picture-in-picture mode and you can have my video playing while you are deleting the video. So you'll feel like I'm right next to you while you're walking the path of digital decluttering. Let's check a quick list of all the things you can search to get started. Usually all of these deletable mails are on the social and promotion tab. That's like a gold mine of decluttering. Type Myntra, Jabong, Nykaa, Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, all of that. Keep typing and keep deleting. And yes, of course, all the social media handles. Type Facebook. I'm sure you would have some unnecessary notification over there. If some of you have switched on your email notification, please unsubscribe or change your account settings in Facebook. The red button on your Facebook homepage is enough to tempt you to check all of the comments that you've received on your latest picture. You don't actually need emails to remind you to check Facebook and Instagram. Duh, we already do that several times a week. Actually, several times a day. Delete all those awkward mails that you received in 2008. Open your Google Drive and check if you have any unnecessary documents that you no longer need, like that old resume or that old Xerox that is useless right now. Now, what if some of these mails or documents are important? What do I do then, Nandita? What you can do is invest in a good quality hard disk, preferably buy an SSD, which is a solid state drive. It is much faster than the regular hard disk that you buy. So transferring data between your hard disk and your laptop will be much more faster than an SSD. See, SSD is like a bigger version of a pen drive with a lot of space. So buy one with 1 terabyte, so you are sorted out for a long time. You don't have to sit and buy a storage each time you need to transfer stuff. Unless you're a content creator, then you'll have like a lot of data to sit and jam inside that little hard disk. You can also consider purchasing cloud storage, like there's one on Google. You can purchase like 100 GB of data. This way you will have constant access to all of your stuff anytime, anywhere, any part of the world, so that you have all of your stuff in one place. So locating that old picture from 2010 becomes very easy because you know what is where. It's all together in one place. Now that your email and your heart is lighter, let's go to tip number 3. Now next to the send button, there is a drop down menu that is called as schedule mail. Some of you may have heard of it and some of you may not have noticed it at all. So if one day you are up at 3 a.m. at night, but you remember that a mail has to go out to your clients at 8 in the morning, and since your sleep cycle is messed up, you might miss this time frame. So just type the mail and schedule it for whatever time and date that you want to send it. Now, let's go to the 4th tip. Make labels on your Gmail for personal and professional mails so you have a designated space for both and searching for mails becomes easier. Instead of clicking on the check boxes of whatever mails that you want to delete and then clicking on this move button, what you can do is select everything and just drag and drop it to the designated label using your mouse. So if you have a bunch of invoices from Myntra and all these shopping websites, create a label called e-commerce and just drag and drop. So next time you want to get your money back on a damaged product you may have purchased online, you know where to find it. Now, all of this might seem like a lot of work. It can be overwhelming, I understand. So what you can do is break it into small tasks. Every day, sit down with your Gmail for 10 minutes and sit and unsubscribe to all those faltu advertisement and promotional mails that you no longer need. Delete all of those newsletters and things that you don't even actually bother reading. See, if you ask for my personal preference, I prefer doing it at one go, because I take out 2-3 hours from my day and I just allocate it to that one task, and within those 2-3 hours that whole task gets over. Then I don't have to think about it, right? But if splitting up the tasks into small bits and pieces helps, that's also great. And when you use the shortcut method that I've told you, searching for particular names or email IDs and then mass deleting, your job becomes much more quicker. Now, the last and the final tip. Open the Gmail app on your phone and go to general settings. Now click on the swipe button. This feature allows you to decide what happens when you swipe across a mail on your phone. The default is set as archive in left swipe. So just select the delete option. So whenever you receive a notification on your phone of an email that you no longer need, then you just have to swipe left, like people do on dating websites. When they don't like someone, they just left swipe. Now set the right swipe to mark as read. So sometimes there are these mails that you cannot unsubscribe to. They'll just keep coming. You can't delete it, you can't unsubscribe it. It just has to occupy space in your Gmail. So in such a situation, when you create a shortcut for this right swipe button as mark as read, then your job gets sorted out with just one swipe. This way, with just one tap, you will be micro decluttering, and that will actually save you a lot of time in the future. I'm sure you will thank me for this. Now in your phone, click on email. I click on this and check the box which says Smart Compose. Do you see that? So at the end of each mail, I write thank you and regards, Nandita by Dinathan. So by checking the Smart Compose, you will allow the system to automatically predict your next line, which will save you time when you write mails. This will help you in long term because of the text predictability, which is available even on our phones. And look how much time it saves when you don't have to sit and type every little alphabet. Now go to your desktop and in your Gmail, click on settings and you'll see an option called undo send. Increase the number to 30 seconds. So in case you send a message without proofreading, you will have 30 seconds to unsend that mail. Below this, you will see default reply behavior. If you mostly exchange mails with a single individual, click on reply. And if you tend to have mails you have other people on CC, then click reply all. Now on the top, click on inbox and check the box next to reading pane. When you click this, answering multiple mails becomes easier, because when you click the mail, the message is displayed right in front of you. Rather than you going to a fresh page, you have everything like a reading pane right either in the side of you or at the bottom. Just see if that works for you. If it doesn't, you can always change the settings. And yes, before you do anything else, click on save changes. Otherwise, all of your effort will go waste. You have to save all the setting changes that you made. So yeah, these are minor changes which some of you may have noticed, some of you may not have noticed, but trust me, if you actually implement it, it will save you a lot of time and it will definitely improve your speed while you're working on Gmail. So to sum it up, clutter and disorganization actually represents all of the procrastination that you've been doing for so long. And your overcrowded, haphazard email is a perfect representation of all of that procrastination. It's a great example of how you've been postponing things. I'm guilty of the same thing, so I totally understand what you must be feeling. But now is the time. This dirt needs your attention. Clear all of that clutter, sort everything out for God's sake. Just set things straight for good. When you unsubscribe, you won't be on these people's newsletter and you won't keep receiving those mails. So you will be sorted out quite a bit. So that's all the gyan that I wanted to give you for today. I will see you in the next one.